Hello, everyone, and welcome back into another episode of Swarm Talk, Georgia Tech talk show here on the Crowded Booth. And we got another one. Graham Knowles joining the show, committed to the Jackets on Sunday. And we were joking beforehand. It's been a busy week, and so I'm glad Graham could make some time for us. Graham, we can't even hardly keep up. At this point. It's my phone's going off, pinging every, I feel like 2 hours or so. There's another one. There's another one. Has it been a whirlwind for you and the rest of these guys?
It's been a great time getting to now being committed and getting to help recruit some of these other recruits. And, Georgia Tech's on the future here. We're trying to build something special. So the more that we get, the better.
Now, obviously, you went on your visit. Kind of walk us through who hosted you. What were the conversations like with quarterback coach Chris Weinke? I know that played a big part for you. What's he like that maybe fans don't know? Is he? We know he's a serious guy, but is he a fun guy to be around too?
Coach Weinke is awesome. He gave me my first. He offered me originally in person about a month back, and we kept a close relationship through this whole process. And then obviously coming back here for my official visit, I was hosted by Haynes King, who is a fellow Texas guy. He's a great guy, real good role model. Helped me see myself in the Georgia Tech offense and kind of showed me what it could be for me in the future. And Coach Weinke, for those that haven't met him, he's a special guy. When they say one of a kind, he's truly one of a kind. Obviously, his accolades speak for himself with the Heisman Trophy and all that stuff. But he's really one who knows how to get it done, and he stays to his ways.
Obviously, you spoke on it right there. His accolades precede him. When you get a Heisman Trophy winner, get a coach like that. Has it hit you yet? Like, do your parents say, "Yeah, we know who Chris Weinke is," and like that's really cool? Has it hit you yet that you're going to be coached by a Heisman Trophy winner? What's that kind of like?
Yeah, whenever that first kind of shock factor hit, I was like, dang, that's because obviously that's a goal of mine. I'm trying to take it to the promised land, and trying to replicate his success and learning from him. So it's really special being with someone like that who's achieved such high levels of success.
Obviously, he's achieved high levels of success, and look, there's no doubt about it. You play football out in Texas. I tell people all the time, there's several states across the country where it's just a little bit different. Texas is one of those for high school football. Uh, why do you think you're prepared? Like, what makes you feel prepared to walk into Georgia Tech and compete? I'm guessing that's obviously what you want to do when you get there. So, what are the things that you feel like, and maybe Coach Weinke identified that, hey, we want you on this roster and we think you can compete?
Yes, sir, absolutely. For those that aren't familiar with Texas football, I go to South Lake Carroll, which is 6A Division One, which is our highest division. And Texas high school football is unlike any other state. In my opinion, it's the hardest competition you get. It's the best athletes every week, day in, day out, and that it really challenges you to push yourself. And a lot of guys at the Division One level are from Texas, guys that I played last year or guys that I know well. So seeing how they've translated and stuff like that, I feel like it should be a smooth transition since I play already a very high level of competition. Obviously, college is another level, but it shouldn't be that hard. And I'm also an early grad, so I'll get to go through spring and experience that little build up. And I can really mold with the help of Coach Weinke. I can really mold into a good football player.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there. How important and how excited are you to be able to get on campus, obviously in January, and be able to learn the offense, learn from Coach Buster Faulkner as well? Which is there any insight that you can provide? Like, what is this offense going to look like at Georgia Tech, and how do you fit into it?
Oh yes, sir. I like to throw the ball. I like to get the offense going, stay on schedule, and our ideals line up perfectly. Coach Faulkner and Coach Weinke, all the way up to Coach Key. It's they're very meticulous about their work, and I love the way they implement things. We're gonna be aggressive, but we're gonna stay consistent. We're gonna get the job done, keep the chains moving. We're gonna hammer people with our success.
It's an offense that ever since, and I know the fans are going to groan at this, ever since the switch from the triple option, it's been one of those, they've been trying to find an identity. And Graham, with you playing a premium position, if you get the chance to start year one or whatever it is, there's going to be a lot of pressure on your shoulders. How do you feel? And maybe some of these other guys in this 24 class about, saying, hey, we're going to be the class that kind of changes the national perspective of Georgia Tech. Is that something that you guys have talked about? And how
Oh,
do you feel about that personally?
absolutely. I mean, to me, pressure is a privilege. There's nothing. If you have no pressure, you're not doing it. You're not doing something right. So having that pressure on us just means we have an opportunity to be great. And I think it's really special having the chance to be the people that built something that led to a bigger legacy and being the guys that were known as founding what leads past. And we want to set a precedent for Georgia Tech football, and we want to create. A lot of people say hold the standard, but we want to create the standard.
What is the focus been like under Coach Brent Key? Look, fans obviously love him. He played at Georgia Tech. We know he's an intense guy. Like, he loves Georgia Tech. He wants to win. But what have you seen from him that said, hey, I want to go play for that guy?
Oh, he's just a great guy all around. From the first day I met him to the day I told him I'm committing, he's been right there through thick and thin. His personality is amazing. If you never get a chance to meet him, you're really missing out, because he's a special kind of coach. He really cares about the players, and he cares about us enjoying playing football, and he really looks after us. So that's something that stood out to me.
Obviously, Graham, I don't know how much you've kept up with. I'm sure your phone's been blowing up, but 24/7 Sports has you guys inside the top 30 as a class. Nehemiah, which that show's already uploaded when this one comes out on Monday. Nehemiah, we talked with him on Sunday. He said, hey, look, there's more coming. We're bringing some guys, and we're excited about this. As a quarterback, like, do you take on some of the recruiting? You put on your recruiting hat now and try to go get some other guys? And what is that process like?
Oh, absolutely. I'm shooting some texts. I'm trying to cut some deals to get some guys to come join us over here and join the good guys. So I just found out we were in the top 30 actually, now that you just told me. And I think that's awesome. I think there's definitely some improvement should be coming. We should be moving up those charts. And so some things are moving behind the scenes that should be very promising.
That's exciting to hear as well. A couple more questions for you as we wrap it up here. You mentioned being in the top 30, having room for improvement. And Graham, I've said on this show, and we've talked with fans, it's long been thought 1 year of good success could really open the doors up for this program. What's the message from the coaching staff? And on your visit, what's kind of the vibe of the program right now that maybe fans don't see? Maybe you talked with some guys that are currently on that roster. Like, what is their ideas heading into 2023?
One thing I don't think everyone gets to feel is like the locker room. Right now everyone's so tight knit, and everyone's really striving for one goal, which is to create a special thing here at Georgia Tech. And when you have every single guy on a team striving for one goal, it becomes really easy to get there. And it's very easy to come into a system like that as a younger guy and look at the older guys and follow that. And so I think there's definitely something special in the works.
It's going to be special indeed. Here's a softball question for you, an easier one. What is Graham Knowles like off the field? What are things you like to do when you're getting away from football a little bit? Everyone has to have it. So what can fans expect to see you? What do you like to do off the field?
Well, funny enough, my dad is from the Bahamas, so I've spent half my life on the water. I love to dive. I love to fish. I'm an outdoors kind of guy. I like to get in the sun, get out with people, and just have a good time.
Hey, lucky you're staying in the South then, man. You get to go from Texas to Georgia. Plenty of great fishing spots in the state of Georgia. You're about an hour away from the mountains. You can go to get some good lakes and everything, get on the boat somewhere. But, man, congratulations on the commitment. Enjoy the rest of the process. And one more for you here, man. I mean, what's your message to Georgia Tech fans and why they should be excited about where this program's going?
I just think you need to stay tuned, because we're in a great city. We're in Atlanta, which is a fantastic place to play. We've got all the pieces. Everyone's bought in, and we're all churning towards one goal. And I think we're right on the precipice of turning this thing around and really getting going.
Exciting times on the flats, man. Under 80 days until Georgia Tech kicks off against Louisville in Mercedes-Benz. Thanks so much, man, for joining the program. Enjoy the rest of the process, and more importantly, enjoy the final couple games of that high school career. It's going to go by pretty fast.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You have a good one.